We all know Steven Tyler, but few of us know his story. After his fight against drugs, dozens of scandals were recorded around his life, and today we will know some of them. This is what you didn't know about Steven Tyler, the lead singer of Aerosmith. The group, Aerosmith, are one of the most successful stadium rock bands of all time, releasing some terrific work early in their career, but later became known worldwide for their excessive use of drugs. Even so, they went again to use drugs after years without doing it. Steven Tyler has commented that he was not the only member of the gang who abused drugs in recent years. In an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, he commented that both he and guitarist Joe Perry used drugs again after a long time. Specifically, it was in 2008, when they were working on some new issues that because of drug abuse, we were never able to finish. Tyler has said that Perry consumed so many pills that he was unable to play the guitar. The same thing happened to the singer, who has clarified that today, at 63, he is clean again. Joe Perry, for his part, has declined to comment on these words from Tyler. The protagonist of his life. She was the cocaine. In all of Tyler's life for the next 15 years they are after the white powder, which she consumes with a monstrous appetite. She coca before, after and during concerts, on airplanes, on trains in full view of everyone, in interviews. The only thing that helped us get ahead was cocaine. We were zombies and we could give 3 concerts a week because we were blind. The security guards would come in to wake us up in the room, but since we had been sleepless for several days, we did not react. They carried us on our backs and put us in the limousine. Even if you didn't want to get high, even if your nose was falling to bloody chunks from so much drugging, you kept going. Some nights I was so insane that our road manager, Joe Baptista, had to carry me to the stage. At that time, we took drugs in front of people, because we still didn't know what it was. 1 gram is the fee to enter the dressing room to greet. The promoters left a tray of sausages and a white mountain. The cocaine we used was included in the recording budget. They were scammed by their own manager. During their glory years, they got to perform before 500,000 people. We sold tickets like crazy, although our accountants played it against us. We should have put in $140 million, but in the end, the members of the group, we only received no more than $3,000. May they writhe in their graves. Tyler remarked. So much was his addiction to drugs, what a term for getting his own music. In 1984, Steven Tyler heard an Aerosmith song on the radio and incredibly did not recognize it due to his memory loss from drug abuse. He immediately suggested to the band that they cover this song, when Joe Perry told him, "We are idyllic," for which it became viral worldwide. In 1984, they got together after a few years of walking away from the stage. The members were so high and drunk that during rehearsal they couldn't remember the lyrics of the songs. However, the one who was worse was Tyler, who did not remember that a song it was his. Getting pregnant a young adolescent. In 1973, Steven Tyler fell madly in love with Julia Holcomb, a beautiful 16-year-old girl, when he was 27. Years after meeting her, at a concert in Portland, Oregon, to get rid of some legal problems, he convinced the young woman's parents to sign custody of her then-girlfriend. And he managed to get his parents to give him custody of her. In this way he was able to take her on a tour throughout the world, without the authorities throwing themselves at her as a corrupter of minors. And so he did for 3 years. Until she got pregnant. So, he forced her to have an abortion from her and ended her relationship, sending her back to her parents at age 17. Currently, Julia lives far from the world of entertainment, is happily married and is the mother of 7 children. He spent more than $6 million on cocaine. The renowned and eccentric singer Steven Tyler assured that he spent $6 million on cocaine use. In a recent interview with the Australian program, Tyler pointed out that throughout his life he spent too much money on his addictions, spending the amount of $6 million on cocaine alone. The 64-year-old interpreter explained that although at first he believed he had spent more than $18 million, realistically it was $5 or $6 million. In the 1970s and early 1980s, Tyler abused drugs, although in 1986 he began rehab for him. After 6 rehab attempts, Tyler has been clean since the mid-80s. And in fact, at the end of that decade, Aerosmith achieved a runaway success. It was several years of struggle for Steven Tyler, but he was able to recover after several years. Don't forget to subscribe to see more content. See you in the next video.